Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Last time, we helped Florence save the trees from some really heartless assholes. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think even Malos is as cold-hearted as those guys were, where they're like, oh, you're not coughing up some piece of paper? We're just gonna torch all the trees in this whole damn country. I don't know, it was something else. This time, oh, that's what we're doing, okay. I hadn't looked at my notes until this point. I decided to scroll over to them and see what we were doing. Let's see. We're going to be taking care of...
Oh? I'm up?
Even he is surprised that he's getting used for anything. Yeah, we're taking a look at Godfrey today in some greater detail. We've already seen Godfrey in battle, but he's got something that he wants to do in Uriah, hence the spawning question marks. So Rex, will going to Elysium really bring people happiness? I can't say anything for sure yet, but that's what I choose to believe. Can't say for sure, eh? You know, Rex, I've seen a lot of different people during the missions I've completed. This world is full of people suffering for all kinds of reasons. People who are tricked by others and lose their homes, people who resort to killing in order to survive. Some even betray their own families for the sake of money. When I see all that, I want to smack some sense into the lot of them. I want to give them a taste of my burning passion and set their hearts back on the right path. Godfrey. Protecting the weak and passing judgment on the strong. That's what I believe my power is for. But if I'm going to set the fire of justice burning in this world, I'm gonna need your help. That's all I wanted to say. Flames of Justice! Ooh, someone thinks he's a superhero over here, discounting the fact that he's the worst character in the game other than Electra and he doesn't actually have any power to wield. But we won't tell him that. He's a good boy. He's a very, very nice guy.
Whoa. Surprise attack? Sneaky! If it's a fight you want, why don't you face me fair and square? What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? In that case, let's let our fists do the talking.
A little on the cliche side, but a cool line no less. Mysterious driver. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see what we can do here. Is Rex, Rex is not on Mithra, is he? He's not gonna be able to topple in time. Oh. Well, we didn't even need it. We were that cool.
You must be Godfrey, right? You're every bit as overbearing as I'd heard.
So what if I am? You're the ones with some explaining to do. Why did you attack us?
Well, when we heard about you, it got us a little bit curious.
Heard about me?
Yeah, about how you're a righteous blade. You really think you can save people with that childish sense of justice?
You ask the dumbest questions. Of course I can save people.
But is that true? Or is it just wishful thinking?
What are you saying to me, scumbag?
Justice doesn't help anyone in the real world. It just gets in their way. I thought I might teach you that lesson myself.
You? Want to teach me? You don't know crap! I will use this power of justice and I will save people. Lots of them!
Ugh. Could you turn down the heat? It's pretty difficult to bear. If your flame of justice burns any hotter, we'll have a heat wave on our hands. Listen to me, Godfrey. If you want to stick with this whole justice thing, you should look into a girl called Hargal in Argentum.
A girl? What about her?
She was a dancing girl in Bana's little sideshow. Do some digging and you'll understand. Then we'll all see how much your justice is really worth.
We did
What
okay,
is
didn't
this
we?
bad guy?
I hope you will be the bearer of good news.
Like, he really has nothing better to do than be like, I've heard about you, Godfrey, and I'm just going to be a dick to you because you have a strong sense of justice. What a weirdo. And he's so dedicated to this, he'll challenge us to a fight in the middle of a big city.
So it must be.
In daylight. Oh, yeah!
Leave it. I'm finally able to use my full powers.
Nice.
I'd like to mention before getting this quest started, you're gonna need Godfrey's 3 field skills for the first and only time ever. So make sure that they're at least risen up to a decent level. It's not a stated prerequisite to accepting the quest, but is something good to keep in mind no less. Oh, no, where was that? Oh, Hele. I like your name, sounds very Hawaiian. Hey there, got a question for you. Friends looking for Harghal? Me not seen her since Bana go away. If you want to know more about Harghal, just ask girl called Krujal. She work at Rumbletum Canteen. Krujal was a good friend of Harghal, doing same job. She probably know where Harghal go. Thanks. Krujal's gonna be crucial to our investigation. How can I help you? You're Kruja, right? Yes, that's my name. Tell us everything you know about Harghal. Harghal? Sorry, but I can't help you there. We heard the two of you are best of friends, though. I don't know who told you that nonsense, but believe me, I'm not friends with that woman. Now, if you're not customers, could you get going? You're getting in the way of my work. Why are you so afraid to talk? I'm not afraid, I just don't want to think about that traitor. She was an incredible dancer, everyone's darling, Bana's favorite. And then she betrayed me and just left. Is that something a friend would do? This doesn't seem like it's going to be straightforward. What should we do? Leave it to me. I'll talk some sense into her. With a passionate soul.
Oh, be still, my burning heart.
So that's what he says when you use this skill. I didn't actually know. All this griping isn't gonna solve anything. Tell us what happened. The look in your eyes. There's a fierce passion behind it. Reminds me of Harghal, actually. I love dancing since I was a little girl. That's why I came to Argentum to make my fortune as a dancer. I hit it off with Harghal right away, because we both had the same dream. So you really were best friends? Sure we were. We were practically inseparable. I told her everything. But her talent was the real deal, and I just couldn't compare. While she was shining like a star on the stage, I was just lurking in her shadow. She got all the attention from Bana while I was just a tag-along. Naturally, when Bana took a liking to you, it meant you got better pay. She got the best of everything, and I wasn't too bad off either. But then there was a huge scandal and Bana was ruined. After that, I couldn't support myself with dancing alone. I had to take up jobs at canteens and bars on the side. But even so, I was satisfied because I was still dancing for I was still dancing, still living the life I dreamed of. It wasn't glamorous or an easy life, but as long as I had my dancing and a friend like Harghal, I was still happy. But as it turned out, Harghal didn't feel the same way. It wasn't long before she got sick of our new situation. She said she'd had enough of dancing and left Argentum. What was Harghal so dissatisfied by? No point asking me. I gave up thinking about her a long time ago. Then, do you at least have some idea where she might have gone? We need to find her. She said she was going back to live in it with her family in Albucavenich. In Mor Ardain. I guess we'll have to ask around there next. Tell me one thing, Kruja. You haven't given up dancing, have you? Not just yet. I believe your passion for dancing and the friendship you shared are both strong and enduring. So if Harghal comes back someday, could you find it in your heart to welcome her? You know, talking to you has given me a bit of perspective on things. I get part of me does still wish I could go back to dancing with her. So, alright. I'll give her one more chance. Now that's the kind of friendship I like to see. Good luck convincing her. If she still cares about dancing at all, you bring her back here.
This power.
Really quick, the next Merc mission in Florence thing is that Merc thought the document was worth protecting with her life. What does it say, though? Do you know anyone who could read it? We're gonna need Ancient Wisdom, Nopon Wisdom, and Focus. On the rooftops of Morardane, off to the west, we just jump down, and that takes us to this secluded corner of nothing. Are you Hargal's mother? What's this all of a sudden? Who are you, anyway? Don't worry, madam. We're just looking to ask a few questions. Man, you sound like a cop, Mia. Still sounds plenty suspicious to me. If you're debt collectors, you're barking up the wrong tree. We don't have any money to pay. Unless you want to kill me and take the whole damn house. That's not what we're here for. We just wanted you to tell us a little bit about Hargal. Ha! Why should I care about the hussy of a daughter? She just ups and does whatever she pleases. Never a thought for her old mother's worries. Isn't it your daughter you're really worried about? Oh, shut up. What does a stranger like you know about our troubles? Way to go, Godfrey. Now we gotta use one of your crappy field skills to do this. With a kind soul.
I can't just stand by and watch.
Gaze of kindness. He gives her like the puppy dog eyes and the lip, and then she talks him. For some reason, when I see that passionate look in your eyes, it reminds me of my husband. Where's your husband now? Oh, he went out to war a long while back. Got himself killed. All he left behind for me and Harhal was a pile of debt. And I've always been sickly, so I can't do much in the way of work. So naturally, we struggled to get by, and the debts just kept piling up. It can't be easy raising your kid on your own, even without all the debt. Then to make things worse, Hargal started saying she wanted to be a dancer instead of finding a proper job. We wound up quarreling pretty much every day over that. In the end, she got so sick of our life of poverty, she gave up on me and just left home entirely. And that's how she became one of Banna's dancing girls. In the end, apparently she did pretty well for herself. She even sent money home every month for my medical bills. Not that I did anything to deserve it. I was never a good mother to her. I couldn't even support her when she tried to follow her dream. I was so ashamed of myself for failing to make my daughter happy, I could hardly bear it. Deep down, all I ever wanted was for her to be happy. I wanted her to be able to dance to her heart's content. But I was never anything but a hindrance to her. With me around, happiness was always out of her reach. Sometimes I wonder if she'd be better off if I weren't around anymore. You idiot! You really think your daughter would be happy if you threw your life away? You're her mother, for crying out loud, the only family she has. You're the only person in this world who can look after her. If you really care about your daughter, isn't it your job to watch over her and make a life together with her as best you can? Yes, you're right, of course. I'm just setting a bad example for her, being so weak. Really, I should be the one standing by her side no matter what. If she ever comes home, I want to give her a proper apology. And I'll ask her if she'd like to stay here and live together again. That's more like it. Oh yes, that reminds me. I haven't seen Hargal in a long time, but she did send a letter recently. A letter? I have a deal going down in the old city of Tedim. Soon I'll have a large sum of money. Once I have the cash, I'll come home. That's what it said. But I haven't heard anything since, so I don't know what happened. That's a bit worrying. Listen, I know it's not my place to ask this, but if my daughter is doing anything dodgy, could you set her straight for me? Of course, I'll do whatever I can. If my burning heart of justice can't set your daughter on the straight and narrow, nothing can. That's a bit presumptuous. Right, let's head to the old city of Tedim to find this Harhal girl. Don't be too harsh, Naruk, all right? All the way at the Ruined Laborer's Bridge.
We're here.
Let's press
Looking at this place, it looks like a fine place for a drug deal and a half. I don't like the look of this. Oh, it's down there? Really? Down there? Okay. I mean, I'm into less effort to get to the quest objective. Somebody, anybody, please help Jaruru! Do I hear a voice crying out for help? Over here! Please save Jaruru! hang on, I'll be there in a jiffy. He just had to sound heroic and stuff, being like, listen, is that a voice I hear? No, not that Rodania over there. The Varodania, I guess. Sounds like it. I could have a launch art on you with this. Man, Godfrey has a low HP art on Zeke. That's doubly at odds with this playstyle of him healing himself. I didn't even realize that. AoE, let's draw some aggro. What does your level 1 special do again? Probably nothing good if I'm being real. Go! Knock back, okay. Got my launch art ready. We need it. Why'd you topple Rex? He wasn't even broken. Speaking of which, why is Tora doing nothing? This is the thing about Tora. The downside of Poppy Cutie Pie, by far, is that she is the best character in the game if you're using her, but if Tora's being AI controlled, it's pretty 50-50 if she's the best character in the game. Tora's AI just focuses on the blade combo or the driver combo, whichever he feels like in the current moment, and that's a recipe for him never ever using that launch art. It's kind of a coin toss if he ever does it, and the break art, if he's focusing on the blade combo, he's not going to be on Cutie Pie. Thank friends for saving, Jaruru very grateful. Think nothing of it. I did just what any hero would do. What were you doing in a dangerous place like this anyway? Oh, just merchant business. Oh, you're a traveling merchant. What kind of goods do you sell? Go on, let's have a look. We might be able to give you some custom. Jaru not have any wares right now? What, you're a traveling merchant with nothing to sell? Man, nasty monsters stole all of wares. They did what? Well, that's not good at all. The monsters we just beat up didn't seem to be carrying anything, though. Well, is it just me, or is this Nopon acting really suspicious? Yes. I get the feeling he may be hiding something. Let's see if we can't get it out of him. This is where we use our electric mastery, right? Or a soul of justice.
For justice!
The gaze of justice! His eyes like turn all shadowy and he gets like lines around his face like All Might. Look me in the eyes! These are the eyes of justice! Now, tell me honestly, are you really just a traveling merchant? You gotta use that voice, otherwise the gaze of justice doesn't work. Jaruru not doing anything suspicious? Are you sure? Can you swear on your own soul? If there's something going on here, we need to know about it. Don't worry, no matter the situation, we won't treat you unfairly. I am here to help. Alright. Jaruru tell friends everything. So you see, girl called Hargal hired Jaruru to come here and collect 3 types of medicine herb. Hargal? And do you know what these herbs are for? Herbs for making special pollen orb. Just make body fill with twice as much energy as usual. Ah, one of those old Nopon concoctions. I believe they are contraband in a number of nations, are they not? What? They're illegal? Pollen orbs are known for their addictive nature. Excessive use can cause terrible effects to the body. As such, I seem to recall trading in them is entirely forbidden throughout Morardain. Friends, quite right. Hargal know that pollen orb trading forbidden, but sell for high price anyway. I see. Thank you for your honesty, Jaruru. Jaruru overcome with guilt at sight of flame of justice in eyes of friend, not take on dirty job like this again. Could you tell us where these deals are taking place? Hargal should still be there, right? Jaruru not know where Hargal is now. But plan was to sneak herbs among other cargo and have a sailor at Port Anangam transport them. Port Anangam, huh? Do you know the sailor's name? Name of Tuvari. All right then, Tuvari, we're coming for you.
I will show you later.
What are you missing? What are you missing? Oh my god! We just need to send him on one more Merc mission!
I'll be your rock.
We're completing so many blades all at the same time! Okay, you're all done, Perun. Next up in the sequence is Bait Battle. So, I'm the bait to lure the villains out. Are you worried for me? It's okay, I'll be fine. Florin has to be the leader. You know, maybe this is just playing to Godfrey's strengths. A lot of talking, not a lot of fighting. Makes sense. You're Tuvari, right? Jaruru told us about you. I pictured a Nopon with a name like that. Oh, Jaruru sent you. Perfect timing. I was just running into a bit of a snag. We don't have enough cargo. Could you go and fetch some more for me? Excuse me, I would never collude with illegal smuggle— Shh! Hang on a minute, Godfrey. What is the matter, Nia? I was just about to set this man straight and— Look, Godfrey, we don't even know if this man knows about the smuggling yet, do we? He could be innocent. What? An innocent man? Jaruru said the herbs would be hidden in the regular cargo, right? Let's play dumb for now and see where he takes them. I suppose that does follow a certain logic. You can count on us to pick up the cargo, Mr. Tuvari. What exactly do you need us to fetch? Well, let's see. We're missing 2 titanic craniums and 5 ancient chalices. But if you don't have any handy, you should be able to find them by salvaging, but make it quick. This doesn't sit right with me at all! What the hell? Is this guy all right? Shouting all of a sudden like that? Don't worry, it's nothing. We'll be right back. So much for playing to Godfrey's strengths, jeez. The titanic craniums can be found any cylinder at any salvage point in Gormont, whereas the ancient chalices are in Morardain. Chose to go to a weird salvage point. I went to Torrigoth Flower Patch out behind the Torrigoth Relay Base. This is a cool view of this place, actually. Chose to go here just because I don't think we've ever salvaged here before, and if we have, it was very brief.
Check this out.
Wait here. I'll bring something great. Yo. Time.
Bang!
All right.
It's always so fun to spell words with your QuickTime events.
Oh, I love the smell of salvage.
What was that? It sounded like he was hacking up a hairball when he's picking that up. From our salvaging.
Information processing speed increased.
Anything to make you better. Oh, you need textiles. Okay, we can do that. Got it as soon as I tried a gold cylinder. It was taking a while with everything else. Take 2. All right, that should do nicely. Right in time for me to set sail. Wouldn't want to keep the client waiting. Where are you taking this cargo exactly? Genbu Port in Tantal. Do you know the client personally? Ships like mine transport all sorts of different goods from a bunch of clients. So I'm afraid I don't really know much about the people I'm working for. I see. Where are you handing his cargo over then? All I do is unload them at the port. None of my business what happens afterwards. Why do you want to know? No, don't worry about it. Well then, I'd better get going. Thanks for your help. Looks like Hargal was planning to use Tantal as a base to smuggle pollen orbs out all around the world. Tantal has only recently opened up its contact to other nations, after all. Trading procedures are not yet well established, so suspicious substances would be difficult to trace. Trying to conduct shady business in my homeland, eh? I'll be having none of that. This Hargal girl should be showing up in Genbu Port to collect the goods, so we'll catch her in the act. Ha ha! I will pass judgment on every last villain involved in this crooked affair. So if we wait here, Hargal ought to show up, right? That is the hope. Let us have faith in our plan. I don't see any girls showing up. You don't think we've been tricked? I don't know about that. Maybe she's cautious enough not to show herself unless she absolutely has to. I guess we'd better try asking an informant for more info. To the Ersoir's black market it is then. The black market? That'd be a place where villains do business, right? Can I rain sweet justice upon them? You cannot? What are you, an idiot? Listen, Godfrey, it may be called the black market, but it's actually not that bad a place. If the black market disappeared from Theosoir, the people would really starve to death. Really? Really. There's plenty of upstanding folk doing business there too. They just don't have official permission, that's all. A necessary evil for the people to live. The notion pains me so!
Hello? Anybody home? I hope things went well.
It's like making fun of. This view is gorgeous through the translucent hide at the front of the Titan, seeing the world tree up this close. There's all our contracts. Any blade growth that's exciting?
Ah, the power!
This guy's celebrating when no one cares. I feel so bad for him. Ooh!
There's no predicament we can't endure.
The last one is what? Oh, I don't have it unlocked. Oh, I'm so close, but so far away. The informant hides their face with minimal effort to avoid being found out. Sounds pretty Tanta-like to me. Hargal's location. Oh, what did that say? I have to go into my item list now. Crap, I didn't mean to do that. We're looking for an Ardanian woman named Hargal. She's been smuggling pollen orb ingredients into town. Godfrey, you can just keep your voice down and go look at the item list. Do you know anything about her? Sure, I know her. You don't see many Ardanian women around these parts, after all. I believe her cargo was taken over near Old Gelgamos Gate. Seems like she's making something over there. Pollen orbs, right? Perhaps. I'm afraid I don't have any sources on the precise details. I see. Well, thanks for the help. The Old Gelgamos Gate, huh? I guess it would be quickest to go via Genbu Drifts. Sounds about right. At any rate, looks like we're finally getting close to catching this Hargal girl. Yeah, not long until we see her in person. Let's do this. I'm pretty sure the quickest way is going to the airborne throne and jumping down.
Let's go.
So
Let's go,
Godfrey,
Daddy.
I've ragged on him
I hope things went well.
enough for Florin to also interrupt him and make an even bigger monkeyer out of him. Did I just say bigger monkeyer?
I've got all the support you need.
It is one kind of strength.
Holy topic switch!
I
Wolfric!
am my best self.
Oh, that's incredible.
You already were your best self, my friend. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You have a full skill chart. Oh, yes. The fact that all three of his field skills are good, they're all pretty useful, and he can get all of them up to level 5. This makes him a very worthwhile blade. Just so good. Hey!
This should come in handy.
Nintendo 64 and a remote-controlled car.
How about that? This is my true strength.
So I've made fun of Godfrey a bit, and I'd like to tell you about some ways that he possibly changed during production. He's not one of those blades that had a wildly different design at one point. I can tell you all about how cool he used to look and how I kind of wish they went that direction, even though clearly the designers had a reason for going the way that they did. Nah, none of that stuff. None of that typical in-use content. I have a theory about Godfrey that I want to share with you. I think that Godfrey was a last-minute elemental switch. That he was not always going to be an ice blade, he was going to be a fire blade. So, I have a few reasons for this. One, he does kind of look like he was blue flames. Like he was intended to be that. He's got that whole shining thing on his body, they look like flames. He doesn't really look like he's made of ice when you actually stop and look at him for a minute. His hair is kind of fiery. To me, he's always looked like a fire blade. And one thing that we do know about this game from production, the artists that were hired to design the characters, they got an all-star cast of character designers who'd worked on a lot of famous video games, manga, and anime all throughout Japan. And they had complete creative freedom in what they were allowed to draw. Now, this sounds great that you had all these wonderful all these wonderful artists being allowed to draw anything they want, but it caused a few drawbacks. They ended up with lots and lots of girls, barely any boys. You can see this in the finished product because I've already shown you how practically every good blade is a girl, and there really aren't that many strong male blades. Or even just a lot of male blades in general. We're gonna be going behind this guy, aren't we? So there's that, and they also ended up with fire, more so than any other element, and they barely got any ice designs. They were just given the 8 elements, told to fit them in somehow, and we ended up with next to no ice blades. Godfrey being switched from fire to ice would be a nice way to hopefully balance that out a little bit, and it would make sense with his design and things that we know about the game. Plus, looking at the few ice blades we did get, is there any reason for Cutie Pie physically to be ice at all? No. Here, I'm just gonna mug you really quick. I can reallocate these assets to saving all rest. Yeah, that justifies drug dealing. So we meet at last. You must be Hargal. And you are? New couriers or something? We are no such thing. I am an ally of justice, come to set you on the path of righteousness. What are you on about? We have heard all about you, Hargle. Tell me, why would you stoop to smuggling pollen orbs? Uh-huh. What's wrong? Why the sudden silence? Why do you avert your eyes? Is there something you are still hiding? Something doesn't seem right here. It would appear this girl is using the pollen orbs as ingredients to create something else. What's going on here, Hargle? Are you not smuggling pollen orbs after all? Tell us what you're hiding. You're a stubborn one. Very well, I'll pull out all the stops. With a passionate soul! I'm sorry, but I don't have anything more to say to you people. With a soul of justice!
For justice!
Hargle, what are you doing in a place like this? You can tell me everything. I know you're not like the kind of girl who would resort to crime lightly. Those eyes of yours, they're just like my old dad's. All right, I'll talk. I was using the pollen orbs to make an even more potent substance, a beverage I call Bola Bola. But for what purpose? Eating pollen orbs is mostly a Napon thing, right? But if I intensify the effect, humans will get hooked on it too. That's the most terrifying idea you have there. What's wrong, Hargle? Go on. You can tell us the rest. No, I've already said too much. Please just go away. Sorry, but I don't have anything more to say to you people. Kill him with kindness! That wasn't the right answer? When process of elimination is not enough!
Oh, be still, my burning heart.
Hargle, why are you mixing yourself up in all this shady business? Everyone's worried about you. Your old friend Kruja, your own mother. I need the money, that's all. If this plan works out, I'll be able to make a mountain of cash. A single can of Bola Bola has the power of 10 pollen orbs, you know? All sorts of people would pay a high price for such a potent drink. Even without Banna, I won't have to worry about money anymore. Why is money so important to you? Why is money important? Money is everything in this world. Without money, you can't get anything for yourself, least of all happiness. If you met my mother, you should know that. She needs money just to stop her sickness from killing her. And where do you get off anyway, going on about your precious justice? I know smuggling isn't something to be proud of, but what choice do I have? It's the only way I can get the money I need. Do you really believe earning money in this way will bring you happiness? Will dirty money really buy happiness for the people you care about? But of course it can buy happiness. Money is money, dirty or otherwise. And with enough money, you can solve any problem. You. It's been a while, my dear Godfrey. Oh, I get it now. So you were the one who led this poor girl astray. Yes, I showed her a way forward, but leading astray, I don't think so. I only advised her to follow what was in her heart. Money is what she needs to turn her life around. It is her salvation. Money is salvation. That's right, Godfrey. You can't save anyone with your precious justice alone. Because greed is the foundation of humanity. Given the chance, all humans would sacrifice others to fulfill the greed that lurks in their hearts. To follow one's own desires and do whatever it takes to fulfill them. That is the path to salvation. I've had enough of your nonsense. That's not salvation, it's madness. Every person has the potential to live a proud and just life, even without money. Well, I'd love to stay here and debate all day, but I must dash. There's a big event about to go down in Theoswar. In Theoswar? What are you plotting this time? Oh, nothing much. I just fed a little Bola Bola to the monsters in the area. With 10 times the energy, they were all eager to go on a rampage. What? You never said anything about that. What's the problem? This is the perfect opportunity to advertise your new product's potency. Even giant monsters love the taste. Bola Bola, the drink that makes you feel like a king, on sale now. Trust me, it'll do wonders for your bottom line. Isn't that what you wanted? I didn't. Just how far do you have to go before you're satisfied, villain? Having a little trouble keeping our temper in check, are we, Godfrey? But do you have the time to waste here shouting at me? Who knows how many people are getting hurt in Theoswar right now? Curse you, I'll deal with you later. Don't you think you can hide from me? This quest is terrible. Oh my god, what? This bad guy, employs this woman all so that, he can find a heroic type and dangle her in front of him like a set of keys? all just to make some random guy he doesn't know's blade feel bad about themselves, and then follows us around.
Damn it! The town is...
Are we too late? There's no time to talk! Let's dash!
Help!
Hey! Hang in there!
Thank you.
Can you run?
Sure.
Okay, then run! Run away, fast as you can! No hanging around! If anyone's not out yet, we find them and we get them out!
Okay, that was actually a pretty cool moment. It's mainly the story I have an issue with, though. Maybe it's supposed to be super hammy and over the top to pay homage to superhero stuff. That is the type of character Godfrey is. I can kind of see it. I just don't know anything about superheroes. I've never personally cared, so maybe it's just lost on me, and that's why I think it's weird. So, kind of furthering what I was saying earlier about my theory on the last-minute elemental switching and how these characters came to be, they ended up going with manga artists and kind of going with a more anime art style because they had tried doing more realistic art styles for their last 2 games, and they were criticized a lot for their styles not really resonating with specifically, I don't know if it was just to American audiences though, but the art styles were criticized. And so they were like, okay, what do artists in Japan know how to draw? Come out with an art style that you can do well.
Okay, didn't we? That's the spirit, everyone!
And because of that, they ended up going with a more anime-inspired art style because it's what most artists living in Japan knew how to do. And then, as for the character design, you already know that, and they said that the reason why they put a gacha system in the game was to make the game sell better. They thought with the rise of social media that if they had like 50 party members in the game, and everybody was going to get different ones. There were rarity tiers generated upon creation of your save file. Everyone would be getting different blades all the time, and they would start tweeting, hey, look who I got, and that would kind of get discussion of the game going. I could actually say that this probably worked quite well, because this game did sell the best out of any game in the Xeno series up to that point. It did very, very well for what it was. A lot of people kind of look at this game and assume that it's just a shameless waifu collecting game, and I can see why you would think that, but I think these are reasonable explanations for all the decisions that were made with it. The art style, the gacha system, the character design. It all just kind of came together in a perfect storm to make the game appear that way, but it wasn't really what the intent behind it was in the first place. So what I'm kind of saying is, I think that this story of how this game came to be the way it was is kind of funny because it's really an example of how hard it can be to please audiences where they were criticized for their more realistic art styles, so they responded to that criticism, and in responding to that criticism, they got criticized for being too anime or making a waifu collecting game. So yeah, it's difficult, it really is. Kind of a shame because I feel like it couldn't have happened to a nicer developer. Monolith is great about listening to feedback and criticism, especially like after Xenoblade Chronicles X, they were doing interviews saying that they agreed with criticisms related to it. And I remember that being a time where I gained a lot more respect for them as a studio than just the studio that made a game I really liked.
That's what I'm talking about.
More resource to allocate.
Affirmative, Mom.
Everyone loves Florin is our next Merc mission. Elder left behind. Just in the nick of time. Thank you, my dear. No need for thanks. Get yourself to a safe location. Oh yeah, that's right. We're supposed to be saving the people, not just beating up the dead. I actually forgot. Or, I not really didn't forgot, I just didn't notice. That's kind of worse. Is that worse? That's debatable. Game? Yeah, okay, I was worried it crashed there for a second. That was a while for it to not update. Man, I'm looking at these people, and I'm just thinking, what would it be like to live in Theoswar for just one day? This is the second giant monster attack in the middle of the city in the last month, on top of them having a nearly cataclysmic event that destroyed the entire country with the Titan just diving under the cloud sea uncontrollably. What is it like to live here? And this is after centuries of being an isolationist society starving to death. What a miserable place. Next one's over here, woman left behind. And the boy left behind. These guys were all nearby all the Volfs that we were fighting, and I didn't even notice. We already saved the town, boy, you don't have to worry. It's not an if. Well, this is quite a big fella. Looks like this is the last one. Ha! Let's do this, guys! Danya Wolf. It's like the opposite of a you done wolf. Going up! And he's got rock, he's got rock, he's got rock, he's got rock! Ice! Yeah! One driver combo! Sorry, Godfrey, you did. Well, you know, you launched him, you did. Worst part of the driver combo, but you did something.
Impressive, Godfrey.
Huh?
You have done better than anyone could have hoped. But you get it now, don't you? Just look at all this. All of it come to pass because of that girl. She needed money to save her sick mother. She chose to do it through the thing that she loved most, dancing. What I'm saying is, she did the right thing for the right reasons. But greed was her undoing. Enticed by a way to make even more money, she caused this. The justice you believe in so strongly crumbles so very easily when faced with simple human desires. People can do terrible things in the name of justice.
Put a sock in it, will ya? Do you think I'm an idiot? Give me a break. Blaming all of this on the poor girl? Telling me there ain't no justice? You are the deluded one. All of this is your fault, and yours alone. You are just leading people into disaster for your own amusement.
All I ever did was to give them a gentle nudge.
I am done talking with you. It's time to put 'em up. Gird your loins for a nice big taste of steaming justice.
The evil Sandstream is his name. I get being like the head of a criminal syndicate and doing that kind of thing though, but do you really just do this in your spare time, going around messing with people with strong senses of justice just to be a dick? Like, what are you doing? Wouldn't you want to keep a low profile and all that stuff, you know? Make sure that you're not attracting the very people who would stop your business to your business. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. Maybe that isn't really the interesting villain kind of type. But this guy's motivations are really something else, I gotta say. Did we have... Oh, no, we don't have water. Sure, you can do burnout. Topple? Launch? And while he's up in the air, sure, we can do the level 4 special. Oh, hey! A smash! Wow, feel cool about yourself. You did it. You get it. The fact that we hit him that hard, his face is in the concrete. That probably wasn't intended to be funny, but just with what we just did to him, where we smashed him into the ground and then did the level 4 special on him after he landed. I can't breathe. I wasn't let me tell you about the rest of my plan and how I skin children alive because your sense of justice needs to be brought down. Jeez. Justice never loses. Well, I guess he can't really. Did you kill him? I can't believe it. All this happened because of me. Don't turn away. You need to look at what you've done and accept it. All I wanted was to make my mother well again and give her a good life. How did it end up like this? That villain twisted your pure feelings into something awful. I wanted my mother to be well again. For the sake of saving her, I thought I cannot keep a straight face here. I'm so sorry. That caught me off guard. But I was wrong. There's no forgiving what I've done. All I can do now is give up in my life in repentance. You idiot! You really think dying is going to make anything right? You're stronger than that. If you're really sorry for what you've done, then make up for it by helping people instead of hurting them. Or what? Do you think your mother and Kruja would want you to throw your life away? Now, eyes up front. If you really have the will to repent, I'll help you through it all. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. That was actually pretty nice. There's a lot of weight behind that little word, justice. Justice isn't that complicated. It's pretty simple, really. It's just that everyone thinks too hard about it, so they lose sight of what really matters. So I figure my job is to forge a shining path to stop people from losing their way. I'm counting on you to help me with that, partner. That was actually a pretty nice conclusion to it. I won't lie, it did feel nice beating the crap out of that guy after all that time, as weird as he was. Godfrey dealt ably with Sandstream, the persecutor of Hargal. But he will never cease to enjoy the good.
Ah, now I get it.
Just upped his level 3 special and nothing else. Everything else you got is based around trust.
Next time, I'd like an easy one, please.
And now for the conclusion to the real story here. Well, turns out out of the little chat, they're really nice and they're a big fan of mine. They won't attack anymore. Camo hood, art stealth, topple resist, affinity max evade 2.
Just let me know if anyone needs saving.
So it must be.
So, this is the power of the land.
Are you even paying attention?
So, that was something. That's how I would say a lot of things about Godfrey, but hey. His storyline's all said and done with now, and things are a lot more happier for it. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we're going to be seeing a brand new blade. Well, we've seen them before, but not on our side. See you guys then.